Let's fast forward 75 years to 2097. What is the kind of Pakistan that we imagine? What does this future Pakistan look like? Perhaps a Pakistan which is amongst the top 10 in the world, not just in terms of military might or the size of the population, but also as an economic power. Perhaps a Pakistan which is amongst the top 3 as far as tourist destinations are concerned. A prolific winner of medals at the 2096 Olympics. It's a Pakistan where diversity is valued and differences are celebrated. Amongst the top 100 companies in the world, there are 6 CEOs who are Pakistanis and 3 of them are women. All of this may sound a bit unrealistic, but dreams are meant to be unrealistic. Too much realism relegates dreams to plans. And we're not here to discuss plans, we're here to dream. Such transformations in countries have happened before. But we don't need to look around the globe. We want to take inspiration from our own past. And a lot of speakers mentioned that. Let's go back to 1947. There's no government. There's no established administrative body. Weak economy, weak military, us getting only 29 industrial units out of 900 odd in the subcontinent. But look where we are now. We're the 24th largest economy if it comes to measuring it through purchasing power parity. Our minimal GDP is 44th in the world. On the back of nuclear advancement, our military is a force to reckon with. Our economy has grown 125 folds. Average income per individual has grown 21 odd folds. We talk about intolerance in the country, and there is a lot of it. We are beset by it. But very recently, our parliament has passed a bill recognizing the Khwaja Sera community and giving them the fundamental rights. That's not something which has happened in the most developed of countries. There is a long, long way to go as far as women empowerment is concerned, and I agree with both of you. But let's also remember that we are the first Muslim country which had a woman prime minister. तो शहजाद साहब मसले तो बहुत है, इसमें तो कोई शक नहीं, मसले बहुत है, लेकिन हमें उन लोगों को देखना है हमारे मुल्क में who have dared to dream big, and there are many of them. You spoke about education. Roughly 24 million kids don't go to school. A little less than 20 million go to primary schools, and only a third of them make it to secondary school. And this number sort of keeps on going down. But then, in all of this, you have the man sitting behind you, Mr. Mushtaq Chapla, founder of TCF, closing in on 2,000 schools. It is the largest network of its kind in the world. You have a woman who in 1975 decided to open a Montessori at her home. Years later, Nasreen Kasuri is the proud owner of Beacon House School System, teaching more than 300,000 students in 8 different countries. Our healthcare system is abysmal. But then we have this commission agent who comes from nowhere, sets up the largest private ambulance network in the world, defined by the Huffington Post, Abdul Sattar Idi, as the greatest living humanitarian of our times. Not very far from here, we have a gentleman, a doctor, who 40 years ago went to England, got inspired by the NHS, and came back and set up SIUT. Started with an 8-bed hospital, has fought political parties, has fought governments. He doesn't care who you are. You will get free treatment, regardless of however much money you have, whatever resources you have to go stand in line to get treated. I was fortunate enough to be at the convocation of Karachi School of Business and Leadership, and Dr. Bari was the chief guest over there. बहुत ही खूबसूरत बात उन्होंने की. Said कि ख्वाब वो नहीं होते जो आप सोते हुए देखते हैं. ख्वाब वो होते हैं जो आपको सोने नहीं देते. And he quoted some really, inspiring number, that when he set up the Indus Hospital, the budget of that was something close to 100 million. And last year he signed off a budget of 45 billion rupees. I mean, that's incredible. We talk about this young man from Jhang. At the age of 15, he gets a scholarship to a government school, college in Lahore. Then gets a scholarship at Cambridge, does a PhD in physics at the age of 24, ends up with a Nobel Prize in physics, and goes there to receive that prize, donning a black sherwani, a white turban and khussas. I'm not going to talk about his relationship to Pakistan. I think that's a discussion for another time. In the field of sports, there was a captain. And that captain spoke to his team, Ramesh Bhai, from what I've read, and said that if you want to be respected as a country or a team around the world, then you have to play well against the best. Imran Khan's Pakistan team is the only team in the 90s which never lost a test series to the West Indies. We played 3 series, 9 test matches. They won 3, we won 3, and 3 were drawn. And we never lost. That was the resolve. They cheated. They cheated in 88. They cheated in 88. You're absolutely right. Jeff Dujon wasn't given out. I think it was him, right? I remember that. And I think it was that resolve. It was that resolve which eventually led to that date with destiny of the cornered tigers of that evening in Melbourne. I started playing bridge when I was in IBM. And here's a mind-boggling story. So, bridge is a sport which is played in so many parts of the world. In US, in Europe, in China, Japan. It's a very, very well-funded sport. In the late 70s, these 6 people, they start playing bridge at Nazimabad Club. Right? No resources, no nothing. I don't know if any one of you has been to Nazimabad Club. I used to go there and play bridge. And twice, in 81 and 86, they came second in the world. It is absolutely outrageous. It shouldn't have happened, but it did happen. In the field of art, we have a powerhouse right here. 2-time Oscar winner has directed Miss Marvel, and now we're going to see her name somewhere in Star Wars with George Lucas, directed by Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy. What an incredible achievement. You have promised me that I want to watch Maula Jatt's uncensored version, Intisal, right? Because I've watched that movie twice, but what an incredible movie. With limited budgets, it's beating all its competitors from our neighboring countries, and we know how well funded they are. So what is the lesson to learn over here? As individuals and as institutions, as a nation. We cannot, as individuals, and this applies more to the students, you cannot let the lack of resources or the limitations in our ecosystem define or dictate your dreams. And somehow as a country, Karishma, something what you referred to, we have to be able to convert this individual brilliance into institutional success. What I've talked about today is nothing different, nothing new. It's something that Allama Iqbal said many, many decades ago. नहीं तेरा नशेमन कसरे सुल्तानी के गुंबद पे, तू शाही है बसेरा कर पहाड़ों की चट्टानों में. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.